today's video, I decided that I was gonna do a quick little story time of probably the 2 most embarrassing moments of my life. Yeah. I don't know why I'm gonna put this out on the internet for everyone to see. Now thinking about them, I think that they're funny, but in that moment in time, I kind of wanted to die. I know people have like way more embarrassing stories than these two, but honestly, I don't really have that great of a memory, and these are the only ones that really stand out to me. I guess we'll just start with in 5th grade. We had to do these projects, and they were mission project things. Honestly, I don't even remember, but they were called the mission project. And my project theme thing was San Luis Obispo, I think. And you just had to like make a thing kind of just representing that. Make a project, and then we had to present it to the class and kind of talk about what our mission was about and like what would happen there and stuff. And sounds simple enough, right? No, not for this girl. I have always had a problem talking to people, being social. I would say that I have social anxiety. At that time, I was still struggling with that. And I was mortified at the fact that we had to do a presentation in front of the class. In that specific classroom, there was an assistant teacher, I guess I would call her, that would be there to help the kids with special needs and just the people that needed extra help. And she knew that I had like a huge fear and huge problem with speaking in front of people. So when it was my turn to present, she sat at the front of the class to kind of like try to help me through it. She didn't really help me that much. I appreciate her efforts though. So this is the classroom, okay? This is the front, this is the back. And there was like a row of desks in the front, and she was sitting right there in front of where I was. Like I was standing right there, and then she was sitting right there. And then the class was behind her, of course. And so I had my little shoebox of what I had made, and she was like staring up at me like, "You've got this, you can do this." And I was just like, and I was just kind of standing there for a few minutes, not saying anything, and everybody was like, cricket, 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 cricket. Just like staring at me, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And she was like, it's okay, just start. And she would like tell me like stuff to say. And so I started talking, and I was fine. I was like, okay, I got this. And I started talking, and then my voice started getting all shaky and like I was about to cry. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And it happened. I started crying, and in front of my entire 5th grade class. Oh my god, it was mortifying, and I couldn't even like stop there. Like she made me keep going. She was like, it's okay, it's okay. Like I was up there crying for a good solid couple minutes before I like got myself together, and she was like, hey, it's okay, like just, you're almost done, keep going. So I was up there and I finished crying, and I had to keep talking about my project, and then I finished. I ran, sat back in my seat, and I kind of just put my head down and was like, it was honestly the most mortifying thing that I probably can recall in my life. Even throughout high school, I had problems with presentations, but that's, I guess, a different story. That was my 5th grade story. That's not bad to a lot of people, but honestly, it was the most embarrassing thing that I could possibly think of. And I feel like only people who are like me will understand that, because I feel like someone who is pretty good at talking to people, they're like, oh my god, you're just over exaggerating. Like, no, that was really difficult for me. And the fact that I had to keep going after I cried in front of my class, ugh, awful. I don't even remember if any of the kids that were in that class like said anything to me about it, but it was a pretty scary experience. A pretty embarrassing experience. Okay, so on to my next story is in 8th grade. 8th grade is when I started my period for the first time. And so, like any girl, I would assume, who's just started their period, they kind of just want to be prepped and ready and just like always on it all the time. Just like, okay, not on your period all the time, but like on top of like being prepared just in case it happens. Even now, up to this day, I feel like girls will just have stuff to be prepared for it, because I know I do. I still have stuff to be prepared for it. Anyway, point of the story. 8th grade. We were out at our recess break, whatever you want to call it, and I had my backpack on, and I was in a group of friends, guys and girls, and we were all just kind of talking, and I don't know, back in that day, it was cool to like go and open people's back pockets and like take stuff out without them knowing or whatever. And this kid comes up to me and he opens my backpack. I'm like, oh crap. What does he grab? My freaking clear bag with underwear and pads in it. And he starts running around the basketball court, and I'm chasing him, mortified, like, oh my god, please no, give that back before people like see you, even though people were already seeing him. While I was chasing him, he was like looking at the bag. He was like, why do you have underwear in here? What are you doing? Did you poop yourself? Do you need extra underwear for when you poop yourself? I was like, oh my god, this kid needs to shut up like right now. And he eventually he gives me back my bag, and he's like, you're weird. Why are you carrying around underwear? And I'm like, I have a vagina, okay? It bleeds. Sometimes that shit gets on your underwear. And if that happens at school, you want a backup. Okay? You really wanted to know? No, I didn't tell him that, but Jesus. He was making fun of me for carrying underwear, and I was like, I just wanted to be prepared in case anything happened. I don't know. Thinking about it now, it's hilarious, but at the time, it was really, really, really embarrassing. I probably should have kept that in my locker. It was a freaking clear sandwich bag with a pair of underwear and pads in it. Like, what was I thinking? Oh my god. So yeah, that happened. If any of you guys have experienced something like that, tell me your stories, because cannot let a sister be alone here, right? I'm not alone. That has to have had to happen to someone. And of course, like, if you're older and you're hearing that story, it's like, oh, that's no big deal. But in 8th grade, when you just recently started your period, like, that is the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to you. It's pretty damn embarrassing. But you know what? It's a funny story to tell now. Okay, you guys, well, that was my 2 most embarrassing stories that I can think of. I don't know, maybe I have more, maybe I don't. I've also got like near-death experiences, but those are kind of short, like really short. I don't know, if you guys want to hear those, let me know. Or just any other stories that you want to hear. Maybe I've got something going on that you want to know about. I'm so weird. If you guys have any suggestions or requests or anything, leave them down below and I'll be sure to try them out. Why not? I cannot believe I shared those with you guys. They're really not even that bad, now that I'm thinking about it though. I'm Gooch. I'm over it. It's in the past. Shit happens, right? Okay. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.